Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to be making this cool Minecraft inspired birthday banner for my son's birthday. I'm going to be using a Cricut Maker and the Design Space tool to design it. So I hope you enjoy. Let's jump straight into it. Okay, so first things first, in Design Space, just click on Images and then I'm going to search for Pennant. And then it brings up all these different options. There's some are payable. I haven't got Cricut access, so I'm going to use this free one at the top. So just click on that and it will pop it onto your canvas. Now, because I'm going to be using A4 card and paper for this project, I'm just going to make myself a little template so I can see how many I will be able to cut out of each piece of paper. So I'm just going to make myself a box. So A4 is about 21 by 29 centimetres, so just made my rectangle that size, and then I can move my little template around and I can work out how many I can fit onto one piece of paper. So I'm going to adjust the size of my banner just by copying, and then I shall paste it in. So I'm just using the shortcuts that I've just popped those up on the screen for you for copy and paste. And then I can see now I can get 4 onto an A4 sheet. So I'm happy now that I can fit 4 of my templates onto an A4 sheet. So I don't need my rectangle, so I can just hide that from view on the canvas. So now I'm just going to carry on by copying and pasting in the amount of banner templates that I need. So for Happy Birthday Harley, it's 19 of these. I'm literally just going to keep on copying and pasting until I've got the amount that I need, and then I'm going to rearrange them so they're all next to one another, and then I can work out my letter spacing and all that sizing jazz on the next section. So that's going on now. So I'm just going to hide all of the ones that I've got apart from these two, and then I'm going to choose my font, and I like the American typewriter for this project, so I'm going to select American typewriter and start putting in my letters. So my first letter is a H, so I've got that there. I'm just going to bring it up to the top so I can see it a bit easier, and then I'm going to make it bigger and fit it onto my banner just like this. I'm just going to move it around and stretch the sizing to make sure I'm happy with it. Because I want all of my letters to be the same size on each of the banners, I'm going to manually change the sizing. So I'm just going to unlock the little padlock at the top and then put in my width and my height. I think I did 7.5 by 6.5. So now I've got my sizing right, I'm just going to select both of the items together just by dragging my mouse over both of them, and go up to the Align tab at the top and select Center, and that will just make sure that my letter is in the middle of my banner. So with this banner I wanted to cut out the lettering in alternate colours of the black and the green so that I can stick the bit that I've cut out into the other part. So I'm going to slice this now. Again, select the whole thing just by dragging. So again, now my letter and my banner are both selected, and then I will just come down to the right hand side, the bottom of the screen, and click on Slice. And once I've done that, I can start to remove the letters and get rid of those off my screen. So now I'm just going to keep on going through that process of typing out my letter, resizing and slicing it until I've got Happy Birthday Harley all spelled out on my screen. So here's each piece of the banner all ready now to be cut. So what I'm going to show you how to do now is change the material size. So go up to Make It, and it will default to the 12 by 12 size, but if you click here, this gives you all of the different sizes of materials that your Cricut can use, and I'm going to use A4, and it's a preset, so just tap on that, and now it has divided all of the letters onto A4 sheets, so it makes it really easy. We don't have to worry about changing where each piece cuts. So he's really into Minecraft at the moment again, so he's asked for Minecraft themed birthday, so we're gonna do it in the black and the green. So just to make it easier when I'm cutting, I'm just changing each piece of the banner to black and green colouring, and then when I come to the mat, I'm going to be able to see all of the pieces that I need to cut on that in the green and all the pieces I need to cut in the black. So I'm just going to get rid of that pink one because that's a blank that I may need to use later on. So I'm just going to make it. And again, I'm going to have to change the size of my material to the A4 because unfortunately Design Space does not remember that. So there you go, there's all the black ones. And then again, when it changes colour, you are going to need to change the size of the material again because again, it doesn't recognise that you want it to be that size for the whole project. So we'll just go down and change that to the A4 again. And there we have all the green ones that we're going to need to cut. So I've got all my pieces cut out now. I'm not going to bore you with the whole cutting process because it's just the same thing over and over again for this. I've got all my greens, all my blacks, and I'm going to start assembling them now. So I'm just going to start off assembling these. I was in two minds as to whether I was going to back them with a blank piece of the alternating colour. So I did cut a couple of blanks for the backs, and I decided against doing that because of where I've actually hung the banner. But this is what it would have looked like if I'd have done that, and then I probably wouldn't have needed to insert all the pieces of the letters, but I like the way it looked when I did that. So some of the letters have obviously got centres in them, like this P here. So I need to just be mindful of that, making sure I don't lose those pieces because I think I had one of the B's that was green and I lost the middle out of it, and then a bit later on I found it, once I obviously recut it, of course. So I've just popped that centre into there now, and then I need to tape it all together, and I've just used magic tape for that on the back. It's nothing too technical, it's literally just pieces of tape sticking it together, but I like the way it looks. And this pennant banner template has actually got a little slit in the top of each of the two corners at the top so that you can use that for stringing it together. So this is roughly what they'll look like, and I'm just going to crack on now and assemble all of my other pieces. Okay, so everything is now assembled, so what's left to do is just put the cord through each of the pieces. They are quite sturdy, however I did manage to rip the first one that I did. This cord is just something that I bought from the pound shop, and it's just like a string. I think it's originally supposed to be used for gift wrapping purposes, but it works an absolute treat for this. And I think if you wanted to, you could colour it in with a Sharpie if you wanted to coordinate it, but I'm not too fussed about that with this one. So when you start putting the string through each of the banner pieces, you're going to want to work backwards. So start off with the last letter in the word. I'm actually going to string these up as two separate pieces. So the first one is going to say happy birthday, and the second one is going to be Harley, and then I'm going to hang the happy birthday above the Harley. So I'm starting off with the Y, and I'm just going to start by putting it through and then pulling it through to the next one, then pulling it quite a way along the cord, and then I'll move on to the next letter. A little tip here, if you've got some magic tape or some quite sturdy sellotape, if you take a piece off and wrap it around your cord so that it makes it quite stiff on the end, and then you'll be able to use that as like a makeshift needle, and it just makes it much easier to thread your card pieces onto your cord. So now everything's put together, these just fold up really easily, just flat on top of each other, so you'll be able to use them year on year for every birthday. And here is the finished article, all hung up and ready for his birthday tomorrow. I'm so pleased with how it's turned out, it looks fab. So thanks for watching, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up and maybe even consider subscribing to the channel, and hopefully you'll see some more like this in the future. Bye!